Khartoum, the upcoming metropolis at the point of intersection between the East and the West, Europe and Africa, is celebrating its ancient counterpart. The journey into the pass is leading downstream along the Nile and then eastwards across the desert. The Amun Temple in Naga, which is experiencing its rebirth today after 2,000 years. Awaiting VIPs from Germany, members of the Sudanese government. The German television is planning to broadcast live. It shall be a big celebration for everyone, for the citizens as well as the nomads, for whom Naga has a special significance. Focal point is the temple. When Karl Lepsius explored the ruin in 1844, most of it was covered with sand. Only one column was upright. The Meroitian king, Natakamani, had the shrine built as pride of the ample city, which, because of its situation in the middle of the savannah, was a political, economic and religious centre also for the nomads. Naga also played a significant role as a mediator between the African inland and the continent's Mediterranean regions. The Roman kiosk, with Hellenic elements, is the most southern indication of this unique blending of different cultures. The cause for joy and celebration here today is merited to the Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft, German Research Association, and the Verein zur Förderung des Ägyptischen Museums, Association for the Promotion of the Egyptian Museum, in Berlin. For more than 10 years, the association has financed the work of the museum's team of archaeologists towards the renaissance of Naga. Musicians from all over Sudan and from Germany have come here to perform together in front of the historic scenery. The celebration itself has been made possible by generous donations of Sudanese business people, by the great efforts of the Egyptian Museum in Berlin, and not least by the German embassy in Khartoum. This day celebrates the positive features within the relationship between two countries, namely the great cooperation in antiquity research for several centuries. This is also the reason for the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports to fly over here from Khartoum. As a welcome for the guests, Githir group from northern Sudan is playing traditional songs with lutes. The representative of River Nile State is holding a speech.
Also, always appreciate the great kind of assistance which is given to our country and to our state, and we will try our best to give help to those who are helping us here. I would like to give our thanks to His Excellency the Ambassador for the great help he is giving to his friends, the scientists and the archaeologists, and also to those who are spending nights and days in these areas, working and doing their best to give light to our history and to our ancient places. Thank you very much.
Music is communication between cultures. German marimba artist Babetta Haag and Dr. Kamal Youssef have joined together to demonstrate this to the guests.
In Germany, Babette. Is it right, Babette? Babette. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce in the following moments His Excellency Dr. Stefan Keller, the German ambassador to Sudan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first express, for me it's a day of joy. And I confess I'm a little bit proud to be able to celebrate with all of you this day, that after almost 15 years of careful excavation and restoration, this splendid temple, this Amun temple, eventually can be given back to the Sudanese people. I want to pay tribute to the sponsors, because this event was exclusively sponsored by Sudanese people from Khartoum, Sudanese businessmen. Some are amongst us, and thank you very much for all of you for your generosity.
Working, excavating and restoring. Most of the mission are doing only archaeological work, excavation. This mission starts from the first time to dig, to preserve the monument, and they start with this Amun temple. One of the Amun temple is the biggest Amun temple in Sudan, one in Barkal and the other in Meroë. But this one, it is clear now to see how Amun temple is when it was built before 2,000 years. Can you say something? Assalamu alaikum.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الأمين. Their Excellencies, the ambassadors, His Excellency, the Governor of Al Jazeera State, ladies and gentlemen from Germany, all our guests, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. It's a pleasure for me to welcome all of you on behalf of the government of the Republic of the Sudan in the yard of the important site of Naga. We would like to thank you very much for taking the trouble to visit this site and to celebrate with us this very important day. Ministers and members of the government of Nile State, dear ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you once more and say that we would like to go as fast as we can. We are looking forward for the cooperation of any one of us who is here and those who may not be here. We would like that you carry out and take our message to those who are not here, that it is the interest of the government of the Sudan to keep this place in its shape. I would like to repeat and say that we are happy and we would like to see the celebrations to continue. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
The group is greeted in the traditional way by the people present. The locals, of whom many have been workers at the project during the years of its duration, and who regard the temple as their temple, spontaneously have blended in with the guests. Full of joy, they are joining in the celebration.
Salam, ladies and gentlemen, was not on the program. These are our workmen of Naga. Thank you all, especially El Amin, our Rafir, working here and watching on our temples since more than 30 years.
Naga, in the middle of the desert, far from the Nile. A city pulsating with life once surrounded the temple. Nobody can resist the magic of the place. Here are the roots of the culture, which is thousands of years old. Where in ancient times people honoured their god, Amun. Today believers pray towards Mecca. An additional benefit of the Naga project is that the people's awareness for their own great ancient past has been raised.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, how can we end a day like this, going now in a glooming illumination of a romantic ruin of a temple? I think we should thank to these who have made this evening possible, and I think we have to thank the Ambassador of Germany, Mr. Keller, who made so many arrangements, but to say this, yeah, he divorced a hand, he divorced a hand. And the other person is to thank once more to Dietrich Wildung and his team. And this is Dietrich Wildung and Carla Kröper. And all these guys who are standing over there dance so well. They are now skilled archaeologists, all the workers of this field. And also the restorers over there. They really did it. And they did it since the Sudanese authorities helped so much. Without your help, they would do nothing.
And, ladies and gentlemen, now Miriam Kramer flute solo. Let us say welcome to her.
The celebration ends with an old song that the Sudanese just love. Nich-na-fi, Sudan. This does not represent the end of the successful cooperation, which will be continued in the future. Only the first steps have been taken to investigate and excavate the enormous site of the antique town of Naga. More work remains to be done, and we are confident that continuing projects will be implemented in the decades to come. The next challenging task will be to establish a museum on the site in Naga, to make many of the invaluable findings available to the people, be it Sudanese or foreigners, and preserve these artifacts for future generations.